Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Today, na Monday, number 7 day for this month of February 2022. My name na Capo Daniel, the Ambazonian Governing Council Deputy Defense Chief, aka Sense Pass King. Welcome to our daily podcast, a program where we bring una the truth, we confront contradiction, and we debate the issues so that you will get the right information and be capable for making the right decisions as we move as a collective people for prosecute this war of Ambazonian liberation from Cameroon. Good people of the southern British Cameroon, citizens of Ambazonia. Today, for this episode, as we done promise, we will give una the fact of the presentation of the SAKO EIG group, their prosecution of SAKO. Previously, we done bring una the indictment of the charges and where they be bring them for ye against by own group, by own Restoration Council. Today, I will bring una the evidence where they be present them for the Ambazonian people. This one, na a TV interview of the officials where they represent a Restoration Council. These are the supposed group where they be in charge for vote ye into power. Now the same group where they be carry out the election, they be vote somebody else before the cabinet of SAKO he overturn their decision and then he put SAKO. This episode, do not expect me to bring out my own conclusion and highlight the position expressed by the Ambazonian Governing Council on this matter that will come subsequently. So this one not just for explain them for our own country people them me then hear which way they talk say the SAKO do for them and for Ambazonia before they do one movie for fire. So may we proceed.
Right now, they will be presenting you, the Ambazonian public and sympathizers, to the cause of Ambazonia, why they had to carry out that vote. Yes.
So they talk say they don't come explain them for Ambazonia why they be vote for move SAKO for power and for that position like they had for the IG group.
Unlike what has been said on ABC this morning by the team that was there, including our Secretary General of the Restoration Council, we are not, the decisions we took was not coming from the threats of you and the APP, but it was our own decision to take that decision. We're not acting on any ultimatum from you all, and we did what we did based on our findings and issue.
So the talk say the decision wouldn't take them. It not been because of money threaten them. It not been because of money force them. Nothing with them says then she don't look thing where it happen before they make this decision.
For us to get a response, even though we wrote to them that it was an emergency, but they were able to give the Secretary General time to come on ABC within the shortest possible time. But when we requested for us to come on that ABC, they were now saying, oh, there are other programs they will have to.
So them be one for go talk now for that SAKO own TV channel where they call them na ABC. But them deny them me they no come for the now whether they don't come for the Chris Ano own TV where they open them, they call them na ABC. In case of man if you say then they for Yena because they then they for Chris Ano or not.
Before I start reading everything, I want the Ambazonian people to understand something. In a meeting, President played the tape of a sworn testimony of the committee investigating his government. He did not just read it, but he played that tape of a sworn testimony. That is an impeachable offense. Whether we go to any other charges, that one is impeachable.
So them say some meeting where na internal meeting where the Sako I cabinet navigate and that way they try to investigate thing the way they happen. They will record some audio. Sako I carry that audio, he go play them for outside. That one it be already been a breach for law for the IG, where it be enough for them for movie already because of this particular thing. Before they want bring the one the way he did on top.
He attempted to dissolve the ROC in a parallel meeting of last Thursday, January 22nd, 2022.
There another thing we do na say that way see say Chaa idan begin bad. He try for dissolve for scatter for talk say this institution, the office is not there again. Because it be the fear say na the office he get power away then film movie.
Dissolve an institution of the Ambazonian people, the Restoration Council, that also is impeachable. So any other thing that we're going to do here that we're reading, but I want every Ambazonian to put it in their heads that these two aspects themselves constitute impeachment.
Say by Sako trying for dissolve, for scatter the like Ngumba house or like a courthouse or like their own IGE, own parliament. For try say one dissolve them, one scatter them, say no see day again because see the fear say they go move for power. That one already is correct for crime where they feel movie for power.
Ambazonians, we are approaching you with heartfelt concerns
of unconstitutionality of the President of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, Dr. Samuel Ikome SAKO, that are treasonous. 1. The President leaked a confidential audio-recorded testimony of his Vice President, Dr. Abongwa Harrison Keng, made under oath at the Restoration Council during an open meeting constituted of cabinet members, LGA and executive and county executives, and the entire Ambazonian public at large on the 10th of January 2022. The President, during that meeting, deliberately declassified sensitive security information and exposed classified information of the Restoration Council, hence attempting to disrupt the Restoration Council from carrying out their duties smoothly or from carrying out further investigations on the allegations levied on him.
Then talk say charge number 1. Case with them bring them number 1. Na say Sako he go release some audio way they be record them for a vice president where be been a sacred one. You know be get right for record them for release them because it will be classified. If he make the decision by himself for go release them because it be should and if he try for disturb the investigation whether the investigate na he go release that audio.
Constitutional violation. Oath of Office, page 46 of the Interim Constitution of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia.
So they don't read the law way he talk for their IG, say, that one for do that kind of thing, nothing will not be allowed.
Violation number 2. So the President has been signing shady deals with the CDC, mortgaging the lives of our fighters in exchange for millions of francs CFA. And
so number 2, Sako Idango sign deal. It means say Idango make some agreement with CDC. CDC na the company where they for plantation for inside Atlantic state. That agreement where you go make them for them, then give him millions them where he sell na Ambazonia and the fighter them for day.
Plantation with the CDC of over 150,000 palms. I mean 150,000 palms planted already.
So if that agreement, if we agree with them, they could give you 150,000 dim banga them for oil. This seed them, this banga they are seed them. They are already give ye as they talk now. So
the cabinet and the Restoration Council were never consulted on these deals as constitutionally mandated.
and then be asked any man, be informed the IG for this thing the way he go make them with CDC.
Photos, checks, and transfer slips of this allegation will be following this presentation.
Them talk say they will give the check them where they be the transfer money. They will give the picture them with them banga them and the farm and all the thing where they talk after them finish the meeting.
This is in violation of Article 9, Section 3A and B, Article 9, Section 2B, subsection 3, Article 9, Section 2B, subsection violation number 3. The CDC deal handed to the President by Secretary Chris, who is hosting us today, I'm sorry to say that, Secretary Chris, shows 30 million francs monthly handled without involving the Restoration Council. And the Vice President, he brought in an intermediary who arranged the document for the deal between him and the CDC representatives.
So the other thing where they talk now say this arrangement where Sako he make with CDC. Now Chris Ano if we go bring can get for ye and then choose another man make it the middleman when I collect the money. Now a company it do all the thing them on behalf of Sako. So now Chris Ano it be weakness and now also Chris Ano it be introduce ye the Sako for this arrangement with CDC where they be the pay Sako 30 million CFA Cameroon money every month.
Representative sent a document of the deal through the intermediary to President Dr. Samuel Sako for signature. Both cut off communication from the intermediary person who has testified under oath. The audio recordings will be made available. Every proof of this allegation, of this testimony, not an allegation because we have every evidence, will be made available to all watching and in subsequent hearings of the Restoration Council.
Then talk say the man way it be been a middleman between Sako and the CDC. Where na he bring the contract, me Sako is sign them, Idam come testify also, they don't put them for record and they go release the record after.
The aspect where he single-handedly carried out the project without involving others makes it his deal indeed.
So the fact says Sako he go do all that thing, then plan them banga them for the farm with them give for he all that thing, then the money, the 30 million what did he give now? Only he one know the money they come only for he no man they know about him. It shows nothing way do only for his own belly.
This is in violation of Article 9, Section 3, A and B, Article 9, Section 2. The President has been encouraging county and LGA chairs to invest in Bitcoin as his downlines, so he should make a profit of $600 from every $1,500 invested under him. Evidence of the audios of the testimonies of the witnesses and victims are all available of Ambazonia.
So the other one where them bring them, the case where them bring them, they say Sako, it be the talk me or they member them when them be coordinator, they call them now chairman for their own LGA them. Make them come for can join some company where they now that kind of company where you come you bring one man when the man put the investment then they will give you some small part for the money. That money, if one man bring 1,500 US dollar, they will give you around $600 for inside that money. So if they bring all these people them for inside the IG, me then can go put money for this kind of thing, that kind of internet investment where it like gamble so for jumbo for internet, where like a pyramid scheme. The more people we bring and can join that business, the more money where the company will give for you. Then talk to the people that can testify, they don't record them all. Where Sako, if they talk me, then go do this kind of thing for your own benefit.
Violation number 5. The defense law that emanated from the president's office is violated by appointing CDOs. Contrary to that law, Article 2 of the law says the counties will form a self-defense council and select 4 members. The 4 members will be sent to DSS, Department of Social Security, for further vetting before forwarding the 4 names to the president, the commander-in-chief. Surprisingly, he appointed some of the CDOs not nominated and vetted by the county defense councils.
Them talk say concerning defense, the way the law for the IG be talk na say every LGA, that means say any group for any village where they for the IG, the people them for they be supposed to choose vote 4 people them, then send the 4 people them, then go be na their own defense people them like coordinator, so where they go they guide the group from diaspora. And then the Sako they go send the 4 people their name. After they don't check their background, Sako he go approve them. But instead, na Sako if we define the own people then bring them choose them. I think when I already know which way the one it be, no need for analyze them. Now it will come subsequently. So the one it be do things where not be there for the book and the law them for the IG.
Like the case of Kupe Manimguba, Meme, and Manu counties, just to name a few.
So now they place in that way, instead for them for the people them for the vote their own people. Now instead the Sako if they appoint your own people again will be contrary to their own law them where they be there for day. When I remember they be the talk say those people when them be head for that LGA them, now people the way they don't elect them, they be the represents na their village them. But when they hear say na Sako it be the appoint them just like we be the talk them, but them be the deny. So now the things in this it come.
That is in violation of number 6. Going single-handedly with barrister John saw through to sign a deal of $200,000. Whereas, when this was brought to the knowledge of the vice president by the president himself, the vice president advised against it as being a treasonous act because neither was the cabinet nor the Restoration Council consulted, and neither was the consent of the Ambazonian people obtained through their representatives. Between Dr. Sako and the Vice President Abongwa, the screenshot of the chat of this ongoing argument between the Vice President
So them say Sako, he and Barrister Fru Johnson, them go sign some deal for over for around 200,000 US dollar. That means around 115 million CFA. That deal where they go sign them with the Fru Johnson, the Vice President Abongwa for the IG, he be talks that deal na treason. Nothing will go against Ambazonia their interest. So they no be go consult anybody. They be go carry am only here and Barrister Fru Johnson, then go sign this deal.
To use their own eyes and see. And this was in violation of Article 9. The president gathered a group of non-vetted appointees and executives of some LGAs to attempt the dissolution of the Restoration Council by a purported constituent assembly whereas it was an illegal assembly of executives, as evident from the invitation. And the invitation was signed by a purported Secretary of Homeland Affairs that has not been vetted and vouched by the Restoration Council. Everybody who attended that meeting does not need the Restoration Council to give them the evidence, because the meeting link and everything and resolutions of that meeting speaks for itself.
The other one say the SAKO, he go bring some people them, say na his own cabinet member, where they never be approved by a Restoration Council. He go bring some people them, say na a minister them, then can hold some meeting for take decision them, say na the IG group, they make them the way it not be right according to their IG.
14. Tricking a goodwill Ambazonia to single-handedly produce, print, and publish his book, promising that all the proceeds were meant to sponsor the revolution, whereas only $50 from its proceeds was donated and announced to support the revolution in Sweden. At the same time, collecting money from other sources for the same already financed purpose, including the treasury.
So they already charged na say SAKO, he fool some Ambazonia way get money. Say me the person sponsor he may produce a book. The person produce a book, do all the thing, pay the transportation and everything for the book for produce. He promise the person say all the money we then sell him for that book, he go use them for support fighting for Ground Zero. But for all that money, he go for Sweden, he go give now only $50 out of all the money we come off for that book. And also, he also take money for the treasury, for the IG, say he na money where they take him for go do the production of that book, even though some person he don't already pay all that money by himself.
The victim's audio testimony will be made available to Ambazonia, including the receipts and bank transfers to an account in Brazil of Pastor Commando for the launching of the book, and another one to China for printing and publication of the book. All will be attached and presented to the Ambazonian people.
So they don't get the receipt them for the pastor we use them for collect the money for Brazil. They also get the receipt them for the person for China, where they be send the money them to for them, make them print the book them for day.
In violation of Article 10.1 and oath, the Restoration Council in the emergency extraordinary session of February 2, 2022, that was yesterday, based on the above mentioned charges and the evidence of the allegations, voted 1.
So because of all the 14 different case them where them bring them against SAKO, 14 crime them where them commit them against the law them for the IG group. Against all the 14 charges them way they don't get evidence them, and they don't interview all the witness testimony them and witness them for this crime them all. They don't see the receipt them for all this crime them. The IG their group them vote now as such
to immediately freeze all national treasury accounts except that of the LGAs.
So the RAM talk say they go block all account them for day except the one the way na their LGA they use them.
2. To impeach the president, Dr. Samuel Ikome SAKO.
Number 2, the RAM vote say the RAM move SAKO for office. SAKO no still be na the president for IG or the president for the IG for Ambazonia or any position where he be dede.
Details of the voting process are in the archives of the RC for any future reference. The Restoration Council therefore informs the Ambazonian community that investigations and submission of evidences on more allegations and testimonies of financial improprieties and financial mismanagement levied on President Dr. Samuel Ikome SAKO are still ongoing.
So the DC talk say plenty case them DC come about money where them chop money where them use where you no follow law, money where them take where you no follow procedure, and the testimony them, all of them the DC come in. Plenty case the DC come in against Sako where they never yet finish them.
Following the vote of impeachment of President Samuel Ikome SAKO on Wednesday,
After they don't make that vote for move Sako for power on Wednesday,
February 2, 2022,
for February 2, number 2 day for the February, this 2022,
the Restoration Council will be convening an extraordinary session in the days ahead and will keep the entire Ambazonian people informed.
Them go get another meeting again and they go inform the Ambazonian. So my fellow country people, now the decision then that way the IG group, they will then gather, they make them for move Sako Ikome from the IP or the president or whatever position we be get them for the IG group. Subsequently, I got to bring for now the analysis, wait away this one mean, wait away the various movement them they don't talk and wait away mean forward, we mean for we for go forward vis-a-vis the IG group. As you know, now just one of the factions of our liberation movement. The struggle is the go on, and the leadership of the struggle as it can be from the Ambazonia Governing Council, it is go on in strong gear, make all man get the right perspective. But this one will be up only for the purposes for gear for now my own country people them exactly which way happen, so that make una know the basis them for which way it happen.